Yes, sir. You
Yeah.
can share your screen.
Ah,
Let
yes.
me stop.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
I stopped mine. You can share yours.
Okay. Yeah. So can you access host to disable participants?
Uh, yeah, try now.
Yeah. Also. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. This is uh, this code I have got from your that
Yeah,
that
link.
link you have uh, that link you have provided. This
Okay.
type. Okay.
So basically, this is a public class. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Type callout we are calling.
Okay.
Uh, so here I am mentioning actually the customer that that
Okay.
endpoint URL
Okay.
and that API key I am saving the data in actually that actually that custom settings.
Okay. Okay. What is that API key? Is that that publishable
Yeah,
key?
yeah. This API key is actually one another class. So they are getting actually that API key and a publishable key like that they are getting.
Okay. Okay.
So so these values they are getting from actually that custom settings. So there they are so there they are creating one table for storing this in the information.
Okay. You have custom settings and you
Yeah.
keep your
So
data.
here I also, so this number of fields I'm having.
Okay.
Uh, so data I'm storing in my actually that my publishable test key and
Okay.
secret test key I'm saving that here.
Okay. Okay.
Um, in the under actually that type API, I am actually having one method. So string API, it will actually that it will actually returning that actually that secret test key.
Secret test key. Yes, there are two key. One is secret key, another is public.
Secret test key and so publishable key.
Correct.
So in order to get the data from the Stripe, I think um, so we need the secret test
Yeah,
key.
this is kind of a manual thing. Like
Yeah, that,
we will update that custom settings with that.
yeah.
Correct. Okay.
Uh, so with the
Okay.
help of this, I'm actually getting that API key from this
Okay.
class and
Okay.
storing in the and storing the string.
Okay.
So so this and all actually that the general code I have got from this that site you have provided that link I have provided. This code I have getting the custom. This is actually endpoint is actually that custom URL this one.
Okay.
And the send method is actually that post. I'm actually posting on so sample data to the type,
Okay.
and this and all actually header we are getting. So this code and all I'm getting from your that so that
Fine.
link
Fine.
you have provided.
Basically, you are making a HTTP request.
Yeah,
Okay.
HTTP request. I'm actually so sending the data from the Salesforce to so type.
Okay. So this request you are doing to create a customer. Correct.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. What about the name and other parameters?
Yeah,
What
name
are
I have to give that I for that actually some JSON file. So we have to pass that data and we have to send that data in actually that some JSON format like this. Uh,
okay? Okay. Did
so
did you get
the
a chance to test this class and
yeah.
okay,
So we
can you
can
explain?
test.
Yeah.
Yes. I will open my Stripe account. One second.
Okay. This is chimneys. Yeah. There are One more in the center. Yeah. Okay.
And test data I'm having. So
Okay. Here, customer means account or it is a customer.
no, it is not. It is not an account.
Mm-hmm.
It is actually some customer some.
Okay. Okay.
So currently I am having six customer. If I am running here,
Okay. You said that you are not able to send the JSON file.
yeah,
In such
that I
a
am
way
doing actually.
to create a name, description, and
Yeah,
everything.
yeah, name, description, and all. We have to send. We have to send that actually the values to Rust type. First
Good.
time actually so testing whether it is working or not. So
Okay.
after that I will.
This is fine. Arun. This is nice
Uh,
and good. You are
yeah.
able to connect with Stripe with that API key itself.
Yes,
That's
yes,
what
yes.
you have achieved here. This is good. Fine. So
I will.
nice. Do
I
anybody have
will.
any questions on this? How to establish a connection between Stripe, I mean Salesforce and Stripe? All right. But now, Arun, what we need to do
Yes.
is you
Yes.
have created the customer, that is
Yes.
fine.
Yes.
Now we need to create that payment link. That is what we need to work on that. For
Okay.
example, you are making an API call. That call is now reaching the Stripe. That is really good. Now we
Ah,
have to make an API call in such a way it should
ah,
create a payment link,
link.
and it should in that payment link if somebody makes some payment, right?
Ah,
Once they have completed the payment, it should return back to the Salesforce. This is what we
ah,
need.
ah, I got it.
Okay. 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 Others, do anybody have any question on the requirement? Have anybody tried anything else?
Yeah, I have a question.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
I did similar thing like with PayPal in my
Okay.
.NET code. So what we used to do, PayPal gives us some like HTML code. Then you integrate that in your website. Then you send one like secret key along with that code. Then you send user to the PayPal. They pay there, and PayPal return you the some code so that you know that who user paid, and you integrate in your system that how much they paid and what is their means payment ID. So that
Okay.
I did. Here requirement is kind of little different. So you have to send first the payment link
Yes. How to get
to
that
the
payment?
user, right?
Correct. Correct.
So there are, I think in my opinion, there are two ways.
Ah,
The Stripe, the way we are discussing here, the way I am understanding. So we are trying to call some Stripe API, and that Stripe API will send the email to the user. Is that
ah.
correct?
Come again, Raj.
So we are trying to create the payment link, right? And sending email to the user.
Yes. Okay. See, sending that email, that is different for now. We don't want to go that part and all. First of all, we need
Okay.
to create a payment link. That is first thing. We need to know how to create a payment link from Stripe. Second thing is, if I'm giving some card details and making the payment, that payment obviously it will be recorded in Stripe anyway because it is the link is generated from Stripe. But whenever I'm making a payment in Stripe, I want to capture that information in Salesforce as well. You got my point?
Yes, I got your point. So most of the third-party API, they
Hmm.
call back the callback URL of your site. with some key.
Correct, correct. So that is what we need to just understand the architect of this particular integration. Because see, creating the page, creating the API, REST API and all, it is fine. We can do straight away. But we need to understand the flow and the architect, how to design this flow. If I say, and Harish, you have shared some screen, right? I mean, some link. Let me open. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, let me open that. Let me share my screen.
I will stop my screen.
Yeah, you can stop. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. Are you guys able to see the screen?
Yes.
Yeah. Harish, could you please guide us? How did you get this particular link?
I tried creating an invoice in a Stripe account, and when I clicked on send email, so it cannot actually send email to my mail ID. And when I click on this link, I had some like these are the amount and this your name and my contact number and all. And when I clicked on pay now, so it kind of asked me the card details like what we have seen in the video. So and once I have done with that, it showed me that I have paid, and these are order
Okay.
PDFs.
I'm on this payment screen. You see that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
So you created the invoice here.
no, there's separate object called invoice. Maybe you can scroll up to see it. On the left panel.
I'm in
It is under
the
customers. If you click on the customers, there are two options. One is subscription and second one is invoices.
maybe you can share your screen. Like if you have
yeah,
Skype, let me stop mine. Yeah.
yeah, sure.
Okay. So okay, we need to go to the customers. Yeah, can you go to the customers? You have opened the customers.
Yeah.
I think from the customers you need to create invoice. Okay.
Create an invoice.
Okay.
One second, it kind of locked me out. So we have to get the like
Okay. We have to add some product. Okay. Can I add it? Right.
so we have like kind of send invoice.
And we are sending to the customer. Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
So I will switch to my
Check the promotions or social or your junk. There is a chance it will go to chunks. No junk. Okay. Social and promotions. Just check the social and promotions.
okay. No. Maybe I can show you the previous mail, and
Okay. Okay.
so it's kind of
Okay.
looks like this. Then I have to click on this. It redirects me to the link. So actually, it kind of shows you when you're doing the payment for the first time. It kind of shows you like,
The first time it will ask you to enter the credit card data and all. So
yeah.
once you enter the data, it will be coming as paid. So this is what we were talking about, Harish. This is nice, and you got the point. So
Yeah.
now we have to go to customer. From that customer, you have to create an invoice, and we have to send that. Maybe I guess that this is something we can achieve through that API call. Just like Arun has done that. From that API call, he is able to create a customer, right? So with the similar API call, we can create an invoice as well. And that invoice, yes, that can be made, send us a mail to that customer, and the customer can pay that amount. So question now is, once the payment has done here, how this information we have to pass again back to the Salesforce. This is what we need to capture. So the first half is almost completed because Arun has just explained us how to make a API call from Salesforce to Stripe. All that we need the Stripe API key. If we have that API key and we now understood that we need to call that invoice object or create object in Stripe to create that invoice. So once we have created, that mail also automatically being sent to the customer. Now, once we have done the payment, we need to payment is completed. We need to capture this information back to Salesforce record. So this is the part maybe we need to complete here. Can you open the customer record where you have done the payments? Any record, okay. Nice. So we have
appears over here.
Okay, so this is what we need to do. Like we need to sync this data with Salesforce, and we need to understand how this can be done. And in the beginning, you asked Harish, right, whether we need to maintain the customer information both in Salesforce as well as in Stripe. Yes, we can do. And and our requirement here is two things. Either there is a chance we will be having the customer information here. I think only if we have the kind of customer information, then only we can create an invoice. Correct?
Yeah. Yes, Ashok. But before creating an invoice, we need to create an invoice line item
Okay.
because it considers that also.
Yeah, I could see that the products and everything it is asking to create an invoice. Okay. Got it. Fine. Nice. Actually, you both, Arun and you, we got some information from you both, and thanks so much for your effort. We got some info. Now we need to complete this integration part from Stripe to Salesforce. I have something for you guys, but I'm not sure how this will help you with you people. Let me share my screen. And I'm not sure whether this can be used for connecting the Stripe back to Salesforce. Do you all see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is all about webhooks. Okay. I'm also, this is the very first time for me. I'm coming to know about webhooks. Let me show you how this webhooks works. Okay. So this is the definition for the webhooks. Basically, webhook is nothing like an event generating from Stripe. Okay. And that webhooks need some endpoint URL. Maybe in our case, it is Salesforce. In Salesforce, the webhook needs some endpoint URL. Whenever some event happening within Stripe, that can be any event, they have mentioned here, notification, subscription, payment interns, and anything. So any event happening in your account, which means Stripe account, don't get confused with customer account. It is your Stripe account. Like you have connected the Stripe with your bank account and everything, right? So any event happening with your Stripe account, the webhook, it's creating some events, and that event is sending to this endpoint. So our endpoint should be designed in such a way that should listen to this webhook. Maybe the webhook is having some JSON file. Okay, it is going and hitting some endpoint URL in Salesforce, and it is passing all the JSON file. So we should design some listener class. Maybe some REST API class is a listener class that accepts that JSON sent by the webhooks. We have to pass that JSON, and maybe we can do further update in the Salesforce. But I'm not sure whether we can use these webhooks to collect the information regarding the invoice, whether paid or not, and all those things. Maybe we need to check that. As far as I have read out webhooks and other things, I come to know we can do only these things like notification of paywalls, subscriptions. I mean, all the information about your account, the account you see here, right? That connected account.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can
Can you
get.
hear me, Ashok?
Yes, yes, I can hear you.
Okay. So I think that option is there in webhook. If you open that webhook endpoint, if you go to developers, there we have the option webhook, and there we can define all these events are available there. So we can
Yeah.
define the endpoint as well as we can define the events as well. What are the events which we want to send to Salesforce?
Yes, we can configure the webhook here, but the question is whether we can use this webhook to listen to whatever the events happening in customers. Because as far as I read this definition, I come to know whatever the events happening in accounts level, that is something we can capture in the webhooks. This is what they have mentioned here.
No, but I just tried to create one webhook endpoint, and there I can see there are multiple events basically. It is there for invoice, it is there for customers, account, everything is there,
Okay.
even for
Have
credit
you
note.
created it or you yet to create it?
Sorry?
Have you created that webhook endpoints or the notification points? I mean, events?
No, I just tried to click on the new and then I'm just seeing this option. If you maybe if you can just click on new,
Maybe
this
can you
add
share your,
endpoint.
yeah, you can share your screen and you can explain.
I'm just taking this call from mobile, Ashok. So that is the
Okay.
reason.
You can guide me. Okay, let me do
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
So I'm in the webhook screen.
correct.
You
So
want me to
just
click
try
on
to add,
endpoint?
yes, add endpoint.
Okay, let me give some.
Yeah. And below down we can see right events to send.
Okay.
So here we have all those events for account as well as invoices and everything.
Okay, customer creator, customer updater, customer discount creator, source expiring. What about customer invoice? Okay, if it is invoice paid, you're saying about invoice paid. Is this one? Hello.
Yeah, I mean for invoices, all these events are there, right? So if we define when invoice is getting created or when exactly we want to send the notification, right? So here we can select multiple events and then we can configure that. So for all those events, I think it will send the notification to Salesforce.
Okay. This is also nice. Yeah, thanks for that. Maybe we can try with this option. So here we can select that even like invoice paid, and we can add
Yeah.
that endpoint. Okay. What about the authentication part? If it is, see, endpoint is as per my understanding, endpoint here is nothing but our REST API URL. Whenever we create some REST API in Salesforce as Apex class, right? We can define some URL. Okay, is that the endpoint? So if I'm going to hit some endpoint in Salesforce, how Stripe will authenticate whether this Salesforce account is, I mean, is the one it is designed for? How to authenticate from Stripe to Salesforce? From Salesforce to Stripe, we have just seen Arun has given that API key and everything, right? So I just want to understand how we can connect from Stripe to Salesforce, how the authentication will happen. Anyone, any guess or anyone tried regarding this?
I kind of made a search on that. So someone kind of created a REST class, and he added that to your public site. But I had not went into much detail on that.
Okay, well, you are saying that we need to create some REST API class and we need to expose that class in sites.
Yes, sure.
So, which means no authentication. Because
Yeah,
site is something anyone can access.
yes, that's what I have seen. Like, that's the only example that I have seen.
Okay. Can you share that example in the WhatsApp group itself, Harish? Maybe let me also go through that.
Sure.
Maybe If that is something, it is there, right? Then we are almost completed this requirement. But still, since that is a kind of a open URL, I'm not sure how this security part will comes to the picture. If it is an open URL, anything can come and hit, right? All right, that is a good catch. Maybe you can share that material. Maybe we'll take a look at that. So others, anybody have worked on anything? Do you want to share your input here? And thank you so much, Pavan, Harish, Arun. Really, you guys has gave such a good information that almost completed this requirement. All that now we are in the end of that requirement. All that we, in terms of architect and design, we need to check the feasibility of how we have to capture the events happening in the Stripe in Salesforce. We come to know that we have an option, but here we need to check how we can design that endpoint and how we have to authenticate that. All right. Okay, Sneha, do you have any questions or do you have any input for us, Sneha, Sai Kiran? Do you guys hear me?
Yes, Ashok, I can hear you.
Yes, Sai.
Yeah. I'm just checking it. I don't have any inputs right now.
No
I'll
problem.
just, yeah.
Okay, no problem. Fine. Sneha? Hello, Sneha? Okay, all right, fine. Okay. So others, before we wind up, anybody have any questions or anything you want to discuss? You need any input? As I mentioned earlier, very first time. See, guys, this is a very new thing even for me. Even I'm almost having 6+ years of experience in Salesforce. I never worked on much on integration, but I know the concepts and everything. I have done a couple of integration parts, and I am having a good hands-on experience on Lightning and Apex. Since this is a very new thing for me, I just thought of get some community help, people who are all also interested to learn new stuff, especially when it comes to integration, so that we'll get some hands-on practice. So that's the reason we have I have initiated and created that forum, and going forward you can use the same for any other thing. And before we wind up, do you have anything you want to add up, any feedback or anything you want to discuss or convey?
So here we have to integrate that webhook event listener back to the Salesforce with the authentication.
Correct.
Okay.
Whether it's needed authentication or not, that is another thing, because we are not sure whether how existing integration works between Stripe and Salesforce, whether they are doing authentication or, as Harish mentioned, whether they are just simply exposing that APIs in some sites URL and they are simply hitting that API. We are not sure. We need to check those things. All right. If you have nothing to discuss further, maybe we can wind up this session. And thank you so much, everyone, for joining. And thank you so much, Arun, Harish, and Pavan, for your valuable inputs. That's really helps much. Maybe we'll keep sharing the details in that WhatsApp group. Let's see how we can take it forward. Even if I come across anything regarding this, completing this connectivity, I will keep you guys posted. Maybe I can also share this recording for others. I can put it in channel and I can share that YouTube. All right.
Sure, Ashok.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It was really helpful. Thank you so much for
Thank
your
you.
Thank you. Thank you.